Alright, listen up. Today we're going to be talking about a carpeting aquarium plant that does not need any injected CO2 or really high lighting to form a really beautiful carpet. I'm really excited because this is such an easy aquarium plant, and we're going to discuss everything you need to know so you can go buy your first clump and grow it very nice and green in your aquarium. So with that said, let's get straight into the video. Alright, now I don't have any pearlweed in these two tanks, but if we go down here, just in here we've got pretty nice carpet. There is a lot of algae in here, don't mind that. It's a really old tank and it's been neglected several times, but here's a clip of the tank when I first started it up without any CO2 or high lighting, and it was looking really good for a very long time. Now the pearlweed has a beautiful appearance. You will find that it has very fine leaves, very small, and it's a very delicate plant, which makes it great for smaller aquariums. So as you can see in a lot of my nano tanks, you'll find pearlweed. Having a fine-leafed aquarium plant in a small tank complements the tank and makes it seem bigger too. It gives that illusion. It can also grow really well in like larger tanks, like 15 gallons, 20 gallons, 80 liters if you're Australian. But yeah, usually you want it really nice and vibrant and green. And if it does have a nutrient deficiency, it can also start looking a bit brown. Now, as far as lighting goes, all you want is an LED light over the tank, and it's going to have, you know, some projection, but it really doesn't need much lighting. I've kept it in pretty low lighting conditions with floating plants covering the surface. RGB lighting always works the best when you have red, green, blue, and white LEDs. No CO2 required. If you do have CO2, which I am starting to inject in this tank, it can help with the algae, of course, and the pearlweed I've seen grows a lot quicker, and it already grows really fast in low light conditions. So if that gives you an idea, if you want basically triple the maintenance, then inject CO2, so I don't recommend. Now they really don't need anything crazy as far as nutrients goes. Just make sure that you have some nutrients in the substrate. You could have aqua soil, which instantly has nutrients in it, or if you have another substrate of some kind of synthetic substrate like gravel or sand, you can get root tabs which come in capsules or tablets. Just like this, you plant that into the substrate and you've got nutrients. Since they grow really quickly, they love nutrients and you need that, otherwise they won't grow well. Also right in here is Flourish, which is a pretty cheap fertilizer, and that works really well for me. That's all you really need. Yeah, some of the cheapest stuff at the fish store will do fine if you're only a beginner to aquarium plant keeping, you know? Now this plant can be a mid-ground, foreground, or background plant. You get to pick your own adventure because it can grow really tall and it looks really good in the background, especially because it's small leaves and stuff. But if you keep it shortly trimmed, then it grows really well as a carpeting plant and will start growing horizontally at a certain point. If you're going to plant it in the foreground, I recommend breaking up the bunch that you buy from the fish store. Break it up into tiny little clumps, get your tweezers or your hands, and you plant it into the substrate. And you space them out evenly, and then eventually, as you trim them, they will merge across each other and fill in all the gaps between the clumps and become one beautiful carpet. If you're gonna plant them in the mid-ground or foreground, you break into 2 or 3 separate bunches and then you can spread them across the tank however you like. You don't have to start with too much because it does grow really quickly and you can propagate it, which we're gonna get to now. Alright, now you just need to grab your scissors. To trim the plant, all you need to do is go in, get the scissors, and snip the stem. That is literally it. Then you've got this little plant, and then just like that, you got a whole new plant that you can go and plant back into the tank. Super easy. And then when it comes to maintaining a carpet, as soon as the stems grow to like over 4 centimeters, you want to go in and snip it down so the stems are only around 2 or 3 centimeters tall. That is really short and it might look weird, but yeah, once they continue to grow, they'll eventually learn to grow across horizontally, and across that horizontal stem, it will release all these different roots that will grow and grab onto the substrate. Eventually it will grow in, and you'll get a really lush carpet. It's all about maintenance when it comes to getting a carpet, not CO2 and not high lighting. All the tanks that I keep pearlweed in are not heated at all, and over the last few years, I've found them to grow absolutely fine in cold water and tropical water. Now, when I mean cold water, I mean they can go like all the way down to 18 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good, and they keep growing really quickly, and they can carpet in an unheated tank as long as it's inside. Outside in extreme conditions like, you know, below 18, they probably wouldn't do very well at all. It'd be very slow growing. And of course, if you have them in a heated tank, they are going to grow quicker. I haven't really experimented with temperature much, but yeah, I've found it's not really an issue at all. And same with pH. This tank has like a slightly higher pH because of my shrimp and endler guppies, whereas the other tank with the carpet just there, that has a much softer pH. pH also not an issue, just a really easy aquarium plant, and anyone can grow it as long as you consistently feed it nutrients nutrients and it's got somewhat decent lighting, then you'll be absolutely fine and really enjoy this aquarium plant. Well, there you go, a little care and propagation guide on Pearlweed. One of my favorite aquarium plants by far, 100% the best beginner aquarium plant that I think everyone needs to try at some point while keeping planted aquariums. Hope you enjoyed the video, learned a couple new things. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.